The process of getting rid of waste from the body is called excretion. The excretory system gets rid of most waste. The most important body wastes are carbon dioxide, water, and urea. If most waste were left in your body, they would poison the body and even kill you. A person cannot survive long if his body is unable to get rid of waste. Some organs in the excretory system are the kidney, lungs, intestines, and the skin. The main organ in the excretory system is the kidney. The kidneys strain out urea and other waste from your body. Waste from your blood enter your two kidneys. The liquid is called urine. The main waste substance in urine is urea. Two long tubes called ureters lead from the kidneys to the urinary bladder. Urine goes from the kidneys to the bladder through the ureters. The bladder stores the urine until the bladder is filled, at which time nerve cells in the bladder send messages to the brain, telling the brain that your bladder is full. Urine passes from the bladder through the urethra. So urine passes from the bladder through the urethra. Muscular contractions of the bladder push the urine out of the body. So you notice that the word ureter and urethra are very close. You know the difference between them. The ureters are the long tubes that lead from the kidney to the bladder. And then the urethra, let me say this right, the urethra, urine passes from the bladder through the urethra, and the tubes that lead from the kidneys to the bladder are the ureters, and urine passes from the bladder through the urethra. When you breathe out, you get rid of the waste material, carbon dioxide. The lungs are important in this process. When you breathe in or inhale, air enters your trachea, which is divided into two tubes. Air then passes through the tubes to your lungs. Air then enters tiny air sacs in your lungs. This air contains oxygen. The oxygen then passes through the walls of the blood vessels into your blood. At the same time, carbon dioxide exits your blood or leaves your blood and enters the air sacs in your lungs. You then breathe out or exhale. The oxygen in your blood then travels throughout your body. You breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide. The skin is the excretory organ for sweat. Sweat is a mixture of water, salt, and other waste material. The large intestine gets rid of the waste material called feces. Human beings reproduce sexually. So we're on to reproduction now. Human beings reproduce sexually. The human male reproductive organs include the penis, scrotum, and 2 testes. The testes produce sperms, which are the male reproductive cells. The sperms are in a liquid called semen. So the semen contain the sperms. Right? The semen contains the sperms. The female reproductive organs include the womb, also called the uterus, the vagina, ovaries, and fallopian tubes. Ovaries are the female reproductive cells, which are egg or sex cells, which are also called egg or sex cells. So the ovaries are egg or the sex cells of male. So we just learned that the male sex cells are the sperms and the female sex cells are the ovaries. So let's continue. In fertilization in humans, the male introduces his sperm into the body of the female through sexual intercourse. One sperm cell will then combine with an egg cell. The egg cell is located in the fallopian tube. When the sperm combines with the egg, fertilization occurs. The fertilized egg then keeps dividing and developing into a human. It travels through the fallopian tube to the uterus. It attaches itself and settles in the uterus. The mother's blood nourishes the egg with the food she eats. The egg cell continues to divide and develop into an embryo. An embryo is the term for an unborn child up to about 8 weeks after fertilization occurs. 8 weeks is about 2 months. After 8 weeks, the unborn child is called a fetus. After about 9 months of development in the mother's womb, the baby is born. The baby leaves the mother's body through her vagina or by an operation called cesarean section, for short, C-section. The 2 ovaries on each side of the fallopian tube take turns producing and releasing an egg into the fallopian tube each month. If the egg is not fertilized in about 1 or 2 days, it begins to break down and leaves the body in about 2 weeks. When the egg leaves the body, it carries with it blood and other substances. It leaves the body through the vagina. This is called menstruation. A female menstruates about once per month if she is not pregnant. Adolescents are teenagers, that is ages 13 to 19. Puberty is the period when adolescents reach sexual maturity and become able to reproduce. Changes in the female at puberty include pubic and underarm hair growth. Pubic is where your vagina is. So hair on your vagina and hair under your arm. So pubic and underarm hair growth, that is in the female. Breast development. Menstruation begins and there is attraction to boys. The girls begin to like boys all of a sudden. Changes in the male. Changes in the male at puberty include pubic, underarm, body, and facial hair growth. Facial means hair on the face. Hair on the face, that's beard and mustache. So the males get more hair. They get hair on around their penis area, that's the pubic area, under their arms, a lot of hair on their bodies, and hair on their face. They grow beard and mustache. Their penis get bigger. Penis gets bigger. Testes produce sperms. The testes start to produce sperms. The male chest and shoulders broaden, and all of a sudden they become attracted to girls. They like girls all of a sudden. Thank you for watching. You should watch these GSAT videos over and over again until you know them from memory. Repetition is important. You can always message me if you have any questions or need further help using my email address, my Facebook page, or the telephone numbers that are shown on the screen. So bye bye for now. Bye bye.